Hi, my name is Arthi.
Hi, my name is Abby, and we work for the Mississauga Library.
For this year's Take and Make activity, we're going to show you how to start your very own bullet journal. If you haven't already, you can pick up a journaling kit from any of our Mississauga Library branch. This kit will include a notebook and 3 markers.
So what is bullet journaling, or bujo, and how is it different from other forms of journaling? When I think about journaling, I mostly think of something like a diary, where I can write down my thoughts or put down points about things that I want to remember about my day.
Same, or maybe an art journal where you can draw your sketches and do your paintings, or a sports journal where you can track a progress for a certain skill, or even a travel journal where you can write down your trip highlights and even keep your ticket stubs. The possibilities are endless. There are so many different kinds of journals, but what exactly is a bullet journal?
So the bullet journal is a planner system that was created by digital product designer Ryder Carroll, and it is customizable to the unique needs of each user. It can help you track your past, prioritize your present, and plan for the future.
And the best thing about the bullet journal is that you can make it as simple or as complex as you'd like. You can make it into a planner and a daily diary all in one. When you do a simple internet search, don't be intimidated by all the beautiful and artistic spreads that are out there. Remember that you're making a journal system for what works for you. And the most important question you should ask yourself is, what do you want to accomplish with this journaling system?
So set your intentions for your journal. Do you want it to help you reach your long and short-term goals? Do you want to track your physiological and mental health? Here's my mood tracker. Do you want it to help you track the books that you've read or want to read, or the movies that you've seen or want to see? Make a list of all the things that you want to include in your journal.
Why don't we get started on how to make a bullet journal using a minimalist design so you can see what we mean. There are tons of designs and layouts and loads of examples that you'll come across as you start your bujo journey. However, we'll try to stick to some basics so that it'll help you get started.
So at its most basic, all you need is a journal and a pen. Some people have journals that have dots or grids in them, but really, any journal with blank paper will do.
First, make a symbol key on the back of the front cover to help you remember what all the following symbols mean. If it's a task, use a dot bullet. If it's an event, use a circle bullet. And if it's a note you don't want to forget, use a dash bullet. If there's something that's high priority, use a star symbol in front of your bullet. An X'd out dot is a completed task. A forward arrow symbolizes that you want to move or migrate a task to another day. A backwards arrow symbolizes that you've deprioritized a task and will migrate it to another week or a month or sometime in the future.
Next, make an index page. Number the pages of your journal. This page will help you find anything in your journal.
Make a future log with the next 6 months on the next couple of pages after the index page. Then add the page number of your future log to the index.
Next, on a 2-page spread, make a monthly calendar on the left side, and then a task list for the month on the right side. On the calendar, you can write important events or birthdays or due dates for projects or assignments. When writing your monthly task list, use a simple dot before each task. And then remember to add the page numbers for this monthly spread to your index.
Now on to the daily log. On a new page, write the current day's date and list down all the tasks you need to do for that day. You might want to look at your log for the current month to see if there are any tasks there that you can take on for today.
The daily log can also include what you want to remember about your day. Maybe a gratitude journal, maybe notes for a future project. If you sketch, maybe even a drawing of the day. It's up to you.
Now that you have your skeleton in place for your bujo journal, it's time to see how all of these pages work together. At the end of the day, look at all the tasks you listed for that day. If you completed them, put an X over the dot. If there's a task that hasn't been finished, ask yourself this question. Is this task important enough that I need to migrate it to the next day? If your answer is yes, then migrate that task to the next day. Note this change with a forward arrow. If your answer is no, then you can either migrate it to another month using a back arrow or cancel the task altogether and cross it out.
And that's about it. That's the system. Sometimes it might take you several tries before you make a journal that works for you, but remember, bullet journaling is a practice. The end product is not supposed to be perfection. You make all the rules.
Once you get a handle on how your system works, you can also use your Bujo to track your overall goals in interesting ways. This is where people get creative and use artistic spreads to do so. You can add pages to track how much money you're spending per month. You can even track the TV series you're watching or even the movies you've been watching. You can also track the books you've read that you borrowed from the library. There is no limit to what you want to track and how you want to track them. Here are some examples of different spreads you can try.
There are many spreads that you can make to track other aspects of your life, such as a budget tracker. In this spread, you can track your bills, expenses, incomes, and if you have a savings goal, you can include that as well.
Here's a book tracking spread that includes the number of books you've read, the titles, and your ratings. If you'd like, you can also add your thoughts.
So in general, journaling helps keep track when you have lots going on, but it might also be a great way to help relieve stress and anxiety. Bullet journaling is about purpose. It helps you pay attention to the things that matter and spend less time on the things that don't. And when you know where you are putting in your time, that leads to clarity, mindfulness, and success. The key word is that you're tracking something that you might not have thought about before. Sometimes in the day-to-day, we might lose sight of our progress. And so, why don't you try this for a month and see if this is something that could work for you?
If you're interested in the full bullet journal method, have a look at this book by Ryder Carroll. He's a creator of this entire journaling system and offers a little bit more detail about the method. The library also has other books that offer creative ways to also journaling. You can check out our library website, or if you have any questions, ask a librarian.
So that's about it. Before signing off, please remember to visit our website for details on what's coming up and for our 24/7 services where you can download ebooks, audiobooks, music, magazines, movies, and more.
Thanks, and see you next time.